Listen up, you schmucks. I got something to say. My name is Adrian D, and I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud. And you can't teach that. And my co-host right here, yeah, he's Taylor Swift height, and you can't teach that.
I can't now. Yeah, I can't.
You like how I said I'm going with that one? I said I'm going with that one. That one's the best one.
Bada bing,
Bada bing, bada boom.
Realest guys in the room.
You want to have that part because you like that part? Huh? This is the second time. I thought you had my back. You didn't have my back on the DX intro. You didn't have my back on this intro.
I can't. I've got everything, and all I can remember was the end when I'm supposed to switch it.
Hey,
Thank
you for watching this week's episode of Clowning Around the Ring.
You called me.
It's good to see you. Signing off.
Oh my god, dude! You called me Taylor Swift, and I lost everything. I lost everything that I was ready for. Oh my god. It threw me off so hard.
I stopped talking and looked at you, because I almost did the whole thing. But when I stopped and looked at you, I damn near lost my fucking shit. You want to go with a different actress?
Nah. We're
sure?
keeping it in. Sapphire.
You don't want to be
I like
Heidi
it all.
Klum?
No, that
We
was
didn't
so
even get
funny.
to finish We're doing it
Oh
one
my
time
God.
on cam. Hey, my name is Adrian D, and I'm a. We didn't even get to do the cool part. We didn't even get to do it, and I want to do it so bad. Okay, but I hate this kid. Bada bing, bada boom. Realest guys in the room. How you doing?
Can you dig it, sucker?
How long was that? Were you 10 minutes into the show already?
Oh my god.
Let's start the fucking pod.
Oh my god, that was so good.
God, you didn't have my back on. I'm never asking you to help me do an intro ever again.
No, I got you, dog.
No,
I'm
I
sorry,
don't. This is
got
the
you.
second time you didn't save me. You didn't grab me by the good hand, and you did not save me. My name is Adrian D.
Oh, okay. I can breathe.
Sorry for yelling, chat. Sorry for yelling. Welcome back. Welcome back to Being Zen.
Oh my god. What did I even mess up? What was I supposed
You
to say?
didn't even say give it to him.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
Realest guys in the
We-
room.
we
How you
missed the-
doing?
when you looked at me, did I look as lost as I was?
Yeah.
Because I was lost.
Because
when you
hey,
said
how
that.
tall are you? Okay, sweet. That's how I asked him.
Yeah, he asked me right before I did the countdown and then did a quick Google, didn't tell me he was going to do that, and that was our intro. So now we're here, and we're going to begin with Raw. That's how we're going to start out after a fucking fantastic week of wrestling.
I didn't freeze, by the way.
I, b-
I chose to pause like that. Camera's not frozen.
I believe
What?
I believe Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Rampage, I would give them all B and A's. They did great work. NXT, a little sloppy this week, so we'll see.
How you doing?
We'll see. But yeah, let's start off with Raw.
Okay.
Anything major you want to hit?
Anything major I want to hit? Yo, if my... Hey. Oh, see, I didn't even realize I did this on purpose so that when you can transition to the cam, I could do a little Dolph Ziggler. Anyway, or, Billy Gunn. But anyways, major. It Live for Brutality got a contender match, which I hate. If you can beat the champions, how does that...
They
How
lost,
is
though.
I know.
Okay.
But if they had one, why now? Why now are they deemed worthy? Like, obviously I can beat you. I just did.
It's not. I don't know. I don't like. I always liked it when it was like rank like 2 and 3 or whatever.
Yeah, contenders match shouldn't involve the champion.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but it makes
But
sense, I
hey.
guess, sometimes.
I get it.
In a scenario like this, I kind of understand. Only because it was a 4-way to get the belts.
Sure.
And so you have to recontend in.
Sure.
But I don't
no.
like it. You're right. I don't like it.
But no, because they lost, I'm scared. Okay, I'm a little scared that Rhea Ripley's gonna turn. I don't want her to turn tides. How you doing? Her finisher name is Riptide. How you doing? Don't want her to turn on Liv. Why? Why would you? I know Liv can turn too, right? What's the harm in that? There isn't any. Okay? This girl can have nothing nice. All right? She had the Riot Squad, and you broke them up. Well, I think they wanted to split, but still, you let it happen. You put her in contention for the women's championship. You remember that?
Yeah. Her and Rhea.
Her and Rhea, and then you put them in the tag teams. They didn't win the belts. And now they might split already? Nah, gee, I don't want that. That's major in my life.
I mean, so I think that they would only split if they lose because then the belts are on SmackDown, right? So
No, because the women belts, sorry to interrupt, but it matters. The women belts are allowed to go on both shows.
yeah, but I think that they would. I don't think that they have very many. Like, it would be, I guess, hard for them to build their contention, or on Raw. It feels like on SmackDown there's more women's tags that are happening.
Which is probably true.
And so that's why I just have a feeling that they're gonna leave them with the belts, and they're gonna have Liv and Rhea go back to doing solo runs, because that's what they have most of Raw doing.
I don't think it's going to be a solo run per se.
You're calling it a solo kill.
Well, no, because I don't think Rhea is going to be running solo.
Oh, okay. She's gonna split
join.
off and join something else. Where's she gonna go?
Hey, you guys ever see Paul Blart? What is that thing he rides? Anyways, Edge and Damian Priest showed up on Raw.
Yes.
They were, had a little talk, about how they're like a new stable, and that's where I think Rhea is gonna go. I think Rhea is gonna join that stable. Segway. He rides a Segway. That's what it's called. And that's what I think. And because like even in like the little backstage interview snippet thing that Rhea had, on Raw, it had purple lighting, and like if you just want to be a big nerd, you can say that the purple lighting is the same thing as Edge's purple lighting. Because why on a show where your brand color is red would you have a purple color light behind you? A very distinct, vibrant purple, too. Well, not like vibrant, but like dark. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I could see how those things are happening, but I could also see those being coincidences, or them trying to purposely make you think that and then not doing it.
Yeah, just well, yeah, or like, yeah, because like they could have put that in there if they choose to go that direction, because they might not choose to go that direction.
Yeah.
But they had to plant a seed, I guess, huh?
I think one of the bigger deals is that Seth and Cody handshake that started the show.
Welcome home.
And I just believe that could be a very interesting dynamic that they create, with like Cody being, somewhat more of the front half, and then Seth being the legwork in the back half. I think that could be fun, and then Seth eventually turning. That could be an interesting little side arc that they could do. But
Let me tell you something.
I think that they would work well as a yin and yang.
Let me tell you something.
Working together.
I got adrenaline in my soul. Okay? Everybody's waiting on me to start the show. All right, bud? Okay? Curtains up. Lights on. I'm home. Damn it, I forgot. I don't even know if I said those lines in correct order. You know, that would be cool. That'd be cool if they'd worked together because obviously the handshake, sign of respect doesn't necessarily mean that they have to go on a tag team run. It is official. I don't know why y'all fugazi schmucks don't like this plan, but Cody Rhodes' first opponent on Raw is gonna be none other than The Miz.
Which is, yeah, in my opinion, that's fantastic.
Hey, let me tell you, I'm not I'm not saying I'm not saying that Veer is teamed up with The Miz by any means of the sorts, but he did come out. Veer did come out.
The Veer debut.
The Veer, get the hashtag going, my clowns. He came out, and WWE or whoever posted the article needs to word it a little better. I might even AO myself right now, but Veer dominated that poor Mysterio boy.
Yeah, it was actually kind of sad to watch.
Yeah, because what's little Ray Ray gonna do against that giant? Anyway, nothing.
Yeah, this week though, I will say on Raw and SmackDown, just a little foreshadowing. They had two like stomps from guys who debuted and re-debuted, but it felt okay. The Veer stomp, I guess it's sad that it had to be at the hands of Lil Dom, but
Yeah, and not even like in a match.
well,
After you already lost, I'm gonna come out, have matching aesthetic with the guy you just lost to. Coincidence?
probably not.
You know what I mean? It's sad. I almost wish that it was Veer versus Dom out of the blue for no reason instead, and then he just got worked in a match. But it's fine.
And that's what they.
You want Veer to be a heel, right? So you got to make him come out, not in a match, and make a statement.
Yeah.
But the Miz ran off, and I'm like, bro, you're wearing the same colors. Obviously, I've watched enough, Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Fantastic Fours. Like, y'all got matching aesthetics. Y'all's are on a team.
Y'all's are boys.
Y'all's are on a team.
We can see y'all's are boys.
Y'all's got matching aesthetics. Y'all's are on a team. Team. You know who's not on a team anymore?
But no, so hold on.
Sorry.
We're skipping past part of so I didn't even I kind of think that it would work, but I didn't insinuate that they even have to be a tag team. It would be sick if they were a tag team, because then if foreshadowing some more into what happened later in the week, but if these belts and the Raw belts become unified, it would be sick if they are the ones to make that not a thing. I think it would be sick if Seth and Cody were the ones to make that not a thing, and they were the ones. That's how they started to disassemble the table. Is starting with this right
by
here.
By that do you mean? Because as it stands, of course, RK Bro is the Raw champs, the Raw tag team. Usos, of course, SmackDown tag team. Are you trying to tell me that you would need Seth and Cody to defeat RK Bro first, so that way when they have the unifying match, or who are they stealing the belts from to stop the unification? Because they have to take the belts, right?
Can they ununify them?
Yeah, no one's ever done that. I suppose they could, but no one's ever done that. So
That'd be crazy. Yeah, I don't know why they would do that, but they could do that. But
they could.
No,
but Randall,
if they were to try, if they were,
Randall's got more pull. Randall probably be dropping those belts until he wants to.
Well, okay. So what I was about to say is, if it's a case where they have to have the belts in order to stop them from going over, then maybe not. But they could interject themselves in a way where they could say, make it a triple threat of some sort.
I think it could be pretty neato. I'm a 75-year-old white dad. How you doing? I think it'd be pretty neato if how do I put this? So like if Seth and Cody, yeah, they're a team officially, but the whole but like they don't they but they lose the Raw. Uh, they'll lose against RK Bro for like a Raw tag title match, right? And then it's finally, it's going to be the Usos versus RK Bro for the unifying match. But like the weeks leading build to that, it's like Seth and Cody, somewhat pissed off that like, well, if you guys are taking all the belts, like there's nothing over here for our show, to like fight for, to like prove who's better or whatnot, maybe. And then like they'll just like intervene in the fucking match and be like weird and like awkwardly help RK Bro win because Raw. When is Survivor Series? If that's
or since
coming
it's
up,
a belt match, they could just go in there and hit RK Bro and disqualify the
sure.
Usos.
Sure.
That'd be more lame way, but
Yeah, because because I don't know when Survivor Series is. I think it's like later in the year. But if they wait until that time to do this, it would work out. Because then it would only be it would make sense for them to help out RK Bro because Raw respect.
yeah. They'd want to keep the belts on Raw just in general.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I almost meant by the triple threat match is they could have a triple threat tag teams match with RK Bro, the Uso brothers, and then Seth and Cody, but only the Raw belts are on the line.
Whoa. That'd be weird. That'd be crazy.
It's a title match, but only for the Raw belts. The Usos belts are not in contention. It would be only for the Raw belts, and whoever wins. And it's a unification match if the Usos can pull it off in a triple threat, which would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, but the Usos were supposed to drop the belts at WrestleMania, and
So why are they gonna have 4?
yeah, so now you're just gonna give them more. Like I don't want that.
That's why I'm trying to say we could have anything happen to where that
But-
doesn't happen, and
Yeah,
I'd
but
be
did
probably
they?
happy with
Are
it.
we going? Maybe for all we know, they went full audible, and they went, "Oh, Roman." Like, what if Brock was supposed to win?
Yeah, could.
And now it's like, oh well, Roman has 2 belts, and so now his brothers also weirdly have the same belts that they had, and they were supposed to drop them. We might as well just put all the belts on this royal family.
I have a feeling that the Usos look like they were supposed to lose, but it didn't look like.
Bro,
based
Roman
on-
had that boy's arm locked up.
You mean Brock had Roman's arm?
That's what I said.
But I just based on how the story is, I don't think that's how it was going. But maybe I do think that they definitely are pulling all audibles left and right.
Yeah, because they was making Roman look mega scared. Well, not mega scared, but some of the leading weeks into Mania, Roman was finally showing some sort of fear to Brock. So Brock winning makes sense to me because when Roman got scared when he was fighting Seth and he almost lost, Roman had to be a cheap little bastard. Right? You remember that?
So, but what I think it is that match was supposed to be much longer, and I do think there was actual injuries, and the injuries made it to where we couldn't see the story's finale. But I think the story's finale was Roman beating Brock. Like what I said to you, kind of off mic. I believe that the beginning of that match went how it was supposed to. As soon as the spear into the barricade happened outside, it looked like they had to start calling audibles, and the final few minutes of the match was called to be put in right now. We're going to go in there and we're going to do the final 5 minutes, 3 minutes of the match right now. And then they skipped 10 minutes of Roman showing why he's going to be the 2-belt guy.
The last time I seen Paul look the way he did when Roman won the belts is when Brock broke the streak. And that allegedly wasn't supposed to happen that way that night.
Okay. So you were reading the Paul's expression and kind of
Yes.
going off of that. I almost was so the commentators are really good at rolling with whatever's going on.
Yeah, they have
So it's hard to
the
tell.
voice in the back yawn in their ear,
It's hard to tell,
allegedly.
but like they seem to feel. I felt like they weren't surprised. It didn't sound like they were like, you know what I mean, thrown off by it from the commentary side of it. But I could definitely understand how you have watched it for so much longer. Reading the facial expressions of all the things that are going on, you can see.
And like
More than
it
me,
was
yeah.
real clear that it ended early. There was 10 minutes left.
Yep.
Pretty sure, right?
Yep.
And there was a little delay on the music, I believe.
Yep.
A little delay on the winner card. I mean, they always have delayed pyro, so I'm not even gonna put that into account. And just like when Brock beat the Undertaker, there was hesitation and disbelief from. Well, I guess for that one there was a lot of disbelief on the announcer's side, because what the fuck. You just ended the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, you beast. How you doing? And yeah. And so like there was like a delay for Brock's music to hit that night. There was a delay for the card to go up and stuff like that. So just the delays and Paul's reaction, I don't know if they're playing into it or if it really just wasn't supposed to be that way.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely was, with that 10 minutes of dead space, there was definitely something that wasn't right.
And like look at the past records. Like Brock's definitely got Roman's number. Like Brock could have done it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised.
It was the only time, one of the few times I've rooted for Brock Lesnar.
I was and wasn't. I think that it would have been cool for him to win because I really liked Cowboy Brock going nuts, and like just how he was and how happy he kind of looked being himself and like dominating. It like I wanted him to win in that sense, but I didn't know where the show would go with him as the solo champion. It would just feel like it's probably going to end up being another year of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel right now they can do something different if they wanted to. It probably will be another year of the same, but it could be something
This
different
year's gonna be
if they wanted to.
not much different. I'm begging you. That since this year's WrestleMania is WrestleMania Hollywood, I have to smell the smell. I need the bloodline to get thick in between the families, and I need there to be a clash of generational talents on the grandest stage of them all.
I want to be mad.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I want to be mad.
That's
we'll
what
see.
I want. But I need The Rock to not injure himself middle of the match the same way he injured himself when he was fighting Cena. How you doing? Anything else?
From Raw, anything else? We kind of skipped around. We hit a little bit of SmackDown, but we're going to move on to SmackDown in a minute.
Oh, in a minute, you said
the last thing from, or
There's a couple things that we should get into a little
I
more.
wanted to touch two things before we move on. I
sure.
wanted to get to how Braun Breaker.
2Ks. Speaking of 2Ks, so you guys played WWE 2K22?
Not an ad. Should
not
be.
an ad. It's wonderful.
It's a great game.
Fighting is way different before. It is a redesigned gameplay. You know what? It hits different. Not an ad.
2K makes great games. I'll give them that in general. 2K makes great games, and this did not disappoint.
Not an ad yet.
But Braun Breaker on the main
2Ks.
stage also did not disappoint.
Bronson Steiner, let me hear some hoo in the fucking chat box.
Fucking pulled up. I was worried because he's been getting worked for his title multiple times on NXT and like on State of Deliverance. So I was worried that on the main stage he was going to come and take an L.
On the actual main stage.
Yeah.
Not the main stage of their JV show per se.
Yeah, it's not the main stage of G League. You didn't win the G League finals. You pulled up to the real main stage, and you won
your
some.
G League belt.
Well, yes, you won the G League finals, but in an NBA game. I don't know how it worked like that, but it worked, and it was it was fire. It was a fire match. Dolph is a vet though. Yeah, I gotta
God,
give
he's
him.
good.
I gotta tip the hat. Dolph's a vet. He knows how to wrestle
That man,
really well.
I believe he has the real wrestling background.
Okay.
And he's you know, something that me and Dolph have in common is like we're both pretty funny guys, you know. Our both of our lives, I guess we like he currently is a stand-up comedian, you know, and a lot of my life I've been told that I should be a stand-up comedian, but like
All you do is sit and slouch.
I just prefer to. What the fuck?
How could you be a stand-up
What
comedian
the fuck?
if all you do is sit and
First, you
slouch?
can't help your boy out on an intro. We're restarting the pod. Cut the pod. Cut the pod. Bring up the home screen. Bring up the transition screen. Ready? Rolling.
Listen up, you schmucks, cause I got something to say.
Okay.
You ruined it though. You took my punchline. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
Hey man, I had to
You know
fire at
what? You took my punchline the same way Braun took Dolph's title. How you doing?
That's exactly what happened, and you know who
Think about it. Think about
Took-
this one.
a punch line? Bobby Lashley from MVP. Are we here to talk about it? Or are we here to talk about it?
Hey, you know,
Because I'm kind of pissed, dog.
I don't get, and I'm not saying this as I'm not ever again, but I'm not getting a face MVP and a face Bobby Lashley team. I don't get a face. I don't get that as babies. I got that as heels, but I get my baby face Bobby back. But P is still a heel, and now his reinforcements are as tall as the fucking Eiffel Tower.
Brought a goddamn skyscraper into the fucking match.
I thought MVP was gonna call up Carmelo Hayes and trick Will.i.ams, but no, not yet. Not them. We're gonna work with Omos still. I'm gonna teach Omos how to hit moves without looking too stiff. I'm gonna teach Omos the right way to do things in this business. Not that AJ Styles did anything wrong. No, AJ Styles did nothing wrong. Omos is just new.
He's got some work to do.
He's just new, and he got to get help from all sorts of different people.
Every angle.
Every aspect of things, because AJ Styles' job was to like get him like crowd work and to work on maneuvers that
Pump the character.
and like normal maneuvers that giants do. I don't want to do too many of those. But now that he's with PAG, all he did was rein in the Hummy in the corner 3 times, and like that's basic giant moves. Are you guys trying to erase what you wanted him to learn, or?
What?
I
How you
think
doing?
he's gonna pick up the basics and come back to that other stuff. Is all, but
I
we'll
hope
see.
so, because giants in the wrestling business, you know, it's very, very hard for them to make it sometimes. So, you know, T's and P's.
Well, if anybody's going to like wrestle you well to like the top level, it's gonna be Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bobby's gonna be able to, I feel, take a beating and be able to give out a good beating.
Yeah, Bobby suplexed the man.
Yeah. He's probably gonna try to.
Omos is like 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
And I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if Omos wins. I'd like to see Bobby take it home.
Again? Well, I suppose Bobby can get a couple more because, you know, how good of a story would it be if it was just Bobby and then Omos right away?
Yeah,
Where's the build in that? Yeah.
that's what I mean. Yeah,
Omos needs to take a couple more L's almost.
I think so.
Sure. Yeah, no, I'm down with that. I mess with that idea.
And then maybe at the end, Omos can get a win to redeem himself. Anything else on Raw?
Fear the Veer. I'll say it again because it matters. Okay? I've waited since October. Okay? And you know what else we waited a long time for? It's Bianca's fucking speech. Okay?
Straight up
She
facts.
won the belt. She showed up with a busted eye. She had shades on for a little. Believe she took them off for a bit to show the crowd that I ain't scared of nothing. I got kicked in the face. I damn near lost. I damn near ripped Becky's arm out of the socket. But I told y'all that I'm coming home with my championship
With that strap.
that she wrongfully lost. Justice for Bianca has been served.
Similar to the justice we saw for the New Day on SmackDown.
New Day rocks. New Day rocks.
New Day rocks.
New Day rocks.
It was
Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous tag team champions. And feel the power.
Sorry. I miss Big E. A lot.
I would say that the match was okay. I kind of expect more from Xavier Woods and Pete Dunne.
Yeah, I mean, but
But-
for what we got, I'm not.
But it's the
completely mad.
beginning, it feels like.
It's the it's the beginning of
it's the beginning.
both teams, the Peaky Blinders and the New Day. So I expect this, and I won't be mad. Just make sure we're doing things safely. I won't be mad if this goes the 2 pay-per-views. You feel me?
I was going to say it might make it to SummerSlam,
Maybe.
which is August.
That does come real fast. So
5 months.
comes at you real fast.
It's going to be like 4 pay-per-views away. So if you said 2, 3, that's only 4 or 5. You know what I mean? So it's possible.
And because and if they wanted to, because they don't have factions, if they want to drag it out for when Big E can come back, then by all means, do so. If that's really what you want.
Then they got to give it to us a little bit more sparingly.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
they've been giving it to us almost every week. So, but if they're trying to make it last until next January, then
No,
they
and
got to
see-
start getting it a little bit more sparingly
And
for
I
me.
know, and here's how. Here's how. Watch out. Listen. So, he's still my king, damn it. Okay? King Woods. Okay? This man manifests damn near everything that he's wanted to do in this business. Okay? Most people, of course, they want the big one. Duh. This man set out to be the king of the ring. Did it. This man set out to make sure that he does something different every time he shows up. Does it. This man paved his own way to be his own character, his own man. Okay? How you doing? I lost my train of thought. What are we talking about?
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods has set out on Twitter, and he said that this year he will be Intercontinental Champion.
Okay.
And so, since Ricochet ain't no punk bitch of a champion, and he'll fight for it, you know, keep on giving Ricochet matches, he'll win. Because why would you give someone a belt and then make them lose? Finn Balor, how you doing? Finn Balor, how you doing? We've skipped your segment on Raw. I'm sorry that you got murdered in a 6-man tag team against the Usos and Austin Theory. How you doing? How you doing? You have lost ever since you got the United States Championship from Damian Priest. Anyways, they could obviously, let me get back into the gear here. Peaky Blinders and members of the Day of New could be involved in some sort of, intercontinental tournament,
Okay, and that could be like a pause,
And
but
that could-
also still
yes.
continue the
Yeah.
beef. Yes. I like that.
And hopefully by the end of the year, I can get an IC championship with some King Wood side plates.
That'd be fire. I'm in for that. I'm all in.
That'd be cool.
I'm all in.
That'd be cool.
I'm kind of all in on Gunther as well.
Gunna. How you doing? Welcome.
This is the other stomp we were talking about earlier on from the Veer stomp.
Welcome to
Raw.
the show. Gunna with the red drip.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen him and the boys wearing black.
Came out bloody. Oh, don't worry. That's just the bloody guts spilling all over the feet and all over the jacket. Sorry.
Hey, we're gonna skip a little gears here. Give me the Walter blood versus the Roman blood.
I actually am with that.
Why is his name Ludwig? Why? Well, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad that you changed his name. What was his name before? Paper Crinkle, just like on cue. Did I write his name down? We threw out his
Ludwig.
name. And Ludwig. You all couldn't afford Ludwig. Or y'all changed Ludwig's name to Ludwig. Good one. Good one, AJ. English is not why we're here. And that's not even what I wrote on the paper. Your boy just can't talk clearly. But they couldn't afford Fabian? Could you guys not afford Fabian Eichner? Or did Fabian Eichner stand up for himself and say, I don't want to change my name? Because let me tell you, I know if Gunther was always Gunther and just now they changed it to Walter, obviously the world would be like, no, that's Gunther. And I get that.
Yep.
I get that. And if WWE doesn't have your name trademarked, then if they choose to change it, run with it. Go for it. There's a chance for you to reinvent yourself in a way. Pete Dunne, we've all seen what Pete Dunne has done on NXT and NXT UK. We know that man is a monster in the ring, but his character, for lack of better terms, it was very poor. He didn't really
Bland.
have a character. He
Pretty
was
bland.
Just a savage.
He was just a beast who would come in and beat the shit out of people.
And now he's Butch, who
Can control his temper,
can't control his temper. That's what I would say.
and that's really his thing. Is he can't control his temper, and he's willing to just like spaz on somebody, even his own guys.
But if that one's Fabian Eichner, then that means the other one is Marcel Bartel or Bart.
Yep.
Yeah. Who is now Ludwig, didn't write his last name down. Didn't start with an L, though.
Oh, they're both named Ludwig.
No.
Oh.
Marcel Barthel or whatever is now Ludwig. And
Okay,
they
yes,
couldn't
it's-
afford Fabian Eichner.
Ah.
Fabian Eichner is the one who walked out on them on NXT. Foreshadow, how you doing? Yeah. Couldn't
I
afford
see.
him. He doesn't look good in red, maybe. You know, bald one.
Yeah, but what he couldn't have a different. He couldn't.
Don't know.
Was the bag that small? You think?
I don't know.
Because, dude, you're about
Where
to be.
did you get the name Ludwig? Were you guys playing Smash Bros with your kids? And then did one of them want to play Bowser Jr. and they were changing the skins? And they stumbled upon Ludwig?
Well, Ludwig's
I'm
a
only
pretty
mad.
authentic name.
How are you going to partner this beast Gunther with a dude whose name is Ludwig?
I'm not mad at it.
What was his last name?
Don't know.
Maybe I'll like his last name. I know it said it on the screen.
Yeah.
I know he has one,
Mhm.
and I don't think that they gave him, what is it called when words like start with the same letter?
Oh yeah, they didn't do that to him.
They didn't do that. They didn't do that.
No, I think it was LB.
Okay.
I think it was B.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% certain.
Fair enough.
No, I'm not mad at it, but I don't love it. I don't like that he came up by himself. That's the more part that I'm mad about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
don't
like
that
I
he
was
came up by
telling you,
himself.
there was even different members of Imperium, I'm pretty sure. I think
Yeah.
even Marcel might have been like a second member, maybe. I don't know, right? But like, if he is or was or whatever, like, you guys couldn't afford the other guy.
Yeah, the other guys should be there. I think that they could be a formidable team.
Bro,
But
factions, factions.
we speak about this a lot, but it is what it is. They won't.
Yeah,
They say nah.
yeah.
Kind of like how Sami Zayn wanted to say nah when Drew McIntyre walked out of the locker room, and that's who he called out.
Yeah, but at least it was not. Hey, we're done, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. Congratulations. Drew McIntyre finally is done. Excuse me. Drew McIntyre is finally done. Welcome to the southern part of this fucking podcast. Is finally done with that yeehaw boy, Happy Corbin. And you know what? Mostly I'm doing this because I do have to take a minor break. But on Happy Talk this week, there is one thing and one thing only that Happy Corbin did after Madcap Moss, who is very over by the crowd, very over in the back, by the way. You're never going to hear Happy Corbin be chanted ever again the same way that Madcap Moss got it to be chanted when he was telling jokes. But after that, and when Baron Corbin was mad at him, you know what Baron Corbin did? You know what Baron Corbin did to Madcap Moss?
Grab his dick and twist it!
Oh my god, dude, this is an MMA fight, dude.
You twist that dick!
Twist this dude!
Twist his dick!
Dude. Oh my god.
Oh, dick twist!
It's the old dick twist, chap. That's kind of what he gave to him. Until Madcap Moss realized what was happening and beat the shit out of him and threw him out of his own ring during his own show.
And then Madcap grabbed his dick and twisted it. It was crazy that they just put that on TV.
Yeah, but I think
Lots of
this.
dick twisted.
I think that this rivalry will kind of be
I've been waiting for this.
similar but slightly better than the Corbin rivalry.
I have been waiting for one of them to blow up on each other, bro. And I finally. How long has it been? SummerSlam? Yeah,
Yes.
because that's when Happy Corbin was born. I've been waiting for this turn. I'm excited. Am I going to get bum-ass Baron? Who knows? I'm excited, though. And because we were talking about the New Day earlier, I have to mention.
Looping back, okay.
Sorry. King Woods' new finishing move. The backwoods. Hey, don't catch yourself slipping. It only takes 3 seconds. And you're done.
You don't want to be caught out there in the backwoods.
You don't want to be caught slipping on that backwood. Perfection every time. Just like when we get to see this bombshell of a blonde. Lacey Evans. With a very weird video package. Promo segment return where she was just getting ooey gooey with the fans and she was getting all the baby face love pour in from her return because let's not lie, okay? We all forgot about the Lacey Evans, Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair feud that ended because, you know, Lacey Evans got pregnant and they tried to work in that it was Ric's kid, and we don't remember that this was a feud that took place on WWE TV. Lacey Evans, welcome back.
What?
Yeah.
Anything else cool on SmackDown happen?
Mom powers don't make you a better wrestler. So I don't need to really know how much you like being a mom. Can you beat up Rhea Ripley? Probably not. So just chill.
When a child comes to this earth, you know, the dad gets dad strength. Do moms not get mom strength?
Well, even if they do, but like, have you seen Rhea Ripley? She will rip your head off.
Yeah, but Lacey is like has like military background family. Like she got it. She got it in the bag. She know what she doing.
I'm saying she didn't sell me on that. You're trying to sell me on that. She didn't. She did a terrible job selling me on that. She sold me on the fact that she likes being a mom, and that doesn't translate to getting slammed by Liv Morgan or Rhea Ripley or Naomi or Sasha Banks.
Okay, but let me ask you this, Cool Sheen. When in a picture, okay? Imagine in my eyes. Imagine. When a woman wrestler, cuts a promo about, being a mom, coming back from having a child, right? When has that ever gone bad for anyone?
What?
And I'll give you a couple minutes if you need to think about it. Because let's be honest, when was the last time someone who came back from having a baby was able to just start catapulting, out of the atmosphere?
What?
And no.
No, dude, Ronda Rousey was great when she came back. Her promo was killed.
Okay, but the one before that, and no sarcasm, the one before that was able to do the damn thing.
Oh, she did?
Becky Lynch.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Becky Lynch came back at SummerSlam after from having her baby.
And she cut promos like a badass, though.
And that's true.
From day one, she came in and said, oh, I lost this, and that's not how it should have happened. This is mine, and I want it back.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I mean.
It wasn't a sappy story.
Yeah, it's not sappy. It wasn't, I'm a mom now, so that's why I'm going to get this, or that's why I'm going to beat anybody.
Sure.
It's no, I don't care that you're a mom.
Okay.
What?
That's all I was saying.
Did you saw what I was?
You definitely, well, so, yeah.
Do you quit? Do you quit? Do you
No,
quit?
you're going to say it.
No. Do you quit?
I'm going to make you
Are
scream
you going to
it.
be like Charlotte Flair, and are you going to quit when I'm trying to rip your ankle from its socket?
You're going to quit.
No.
I'm not going to quit.
You're going to quit.
I'm going to quit.
No. You're going to say I quit.
No. Mm-mm.
I am going to put my mastered ankle lock, and I'm going to apply it to both of your ankles if I have to, and I am going to make you say I quit.
All I know is that you don't show up when it counts.
I don't show up when it counts. What are you talking? I've been showing up the last few weeks. I've been showing up since I came back.
To take L's from me.
But I've shown up more than you have. There's been multiple times where you ain't showed up, but I was.
You're going to scream I quit, not me.
No. Not me. I'm the baddest. My shirt says so. Me.
We are actually doing a great job of replicating their promos right now.
Me. Better than you. I was donned the name Rowdy by the man himself, while you just had to easily, inherently walk into this building, go, woo, and say, my last name is Flair.
Notice how you're praying for a match with me? That's because I am the opportunity.
Without the way that I catapulted women's athleticism onto the network is the reason why you're here, dog. Without me making a whole UFC division and carrying it on my back.
Have you seen my corkscrew? Because I've seen you striking.
Were you able to see your father growing up?
Oh, and we're back.
Or was he too busy out on the road making bank?
Oh, and we're back. Okay.
All right. That's gonna be fun for y'all to edit.
What?
We might have to cut that whole segment out. And you know what? It'll be okay if we have to cut that whole segment out. I'm not gonna be mad if we don't talk about that on this episode, cause doesn't matter. I quit.
No, I seriously thought that was over though. After
I
this
thought
event.
that it was gonna be over at Mania, and it's not.
It should have been over, but it's all good. We're gonna move on, just like they should. Sasha
What?
and Liv, 1-on-1. Naomi came out with the belt, sat ringside, gave us a little chit chat on the mic, telling us that she and Sasha are the best tag team champs these belts have ever seen. We'll see about that. But
more importantly, the first ever Black Women's Champions.
say that one more time.
First ever Black Women's Tag Team Champions.
Wait,
How you doing?
did the people in the back hear you?
How you doing?
I said Sasha Banks and Naomi are the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions who are
Ron Burgundy clip. Black.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Hey, we gotta redo this segment too.
How did you do it that you said it right 3 times? And the last time you said it's like Ron Burgundy.
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
Late night pod coming at you live.
I don't know, dude. I don't
So-
know. I don't know. We might have to should we just redo that bit? What do we do?
Nah, it's all good. We'll figure it out.
I'm not.
We'll figure it out, dog, because we still got more to say about Sasha and Liv.
That's true, because that match was wicked fire.
It was probably
Liv had it for a minute. Liv was having it.
they didn't really have very much wrestling on SmackDown.
As per usual.
Yeah,
How you doing?
you could say, but okay, I said than usual.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
How you doing?
even less than usual. Usually they have 1 or 2, maybe 3 matches. This time they only had, I think, 2 for sure, and one of them was fast. One of them was the Gunther Stomp, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then no, in the
And
Woods,
shockingly-
Woods and Pete. So I forgot,
Shockingly, that
there's a
one
couple.
went longer
Than I thought.
than people would have thought.
Yes, so
Especially the way that it ended with the backwoods.
there was a couple more matches than I thought, but this one seemed to go on
This one-
pretty long, and it was basically their main event wrestling wise. They didn't have, I think, a match after this.
It was their main event wrestling wise.
Yes, so
Where Rhea didn't show up.
and that's the other half of where we
Rhea
kind of
didn't show
left
up
off.
to watch. Rhea didn't show up to watch my girl. Her saying is "Watch me." I'm not a weirdo. That's her saying. Watch me. Okay. I am a.
And it's kind of leading back to what we were saying in the beginning about Rhea maybe leaving, blah 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 blah, blah, which it could be very sad. But
But you telling me that they both can't be heel?
I have a feeling that it wasn't that. I have a feeling that for some reason they're gonna have some explanation for why she wasn't there last Friday, and then on Monday,
When they lose,
is it? I thought it. So is it another contenders match or is it a title match?
I would like to answer your question, but I'm getting mad.
Okay.
I'm getting mad because why did they have a contenders match that they lost?
I think they
If
have.
they're just gonna have them fight for the belts next week anyways.
That's yeah. I was a little confused about that, but that's what makes me think it's a rematch of the contending match.
But it's not.
So it's okay. Well, that sucks. That sucks.
I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure that Rhea said next Monday we're taking home the belts.
Okay, well that sucks. Because they shouldn't have got their shot anyways. They should have had to do another contenders match, even if it was against somebody else. But it's all good.
Correct.
But it's all good because we're gonna be humble. You know why? Because we belong on the island of relevancy.
This is a very awkward time to TL. Did we talk about what Cody's doing next week? I don't remember. Did I blacked out?
Yeah.
He's fighting the man. How in depth did I get? People don't like that. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Did I tell you
And
why
I said
people don't like that?
I said I liked it, but then you kind of we interjected with the veer
Oh, word.
because you quickly interjected with veer and the Miz having the same aesthetic,
Word.
and then we went on to the veer a little bit, and I went back to Seth and Cody.
Cool. Because real quick, my bad. So sorry.
Before we get to the finale of SmackDown and Raw,
Sorry.
we'll loop back on a little Cody talk before we finish this.
People are mad, of course, because no one likes to give the Miz the respect that he fucking worked for and earned. Let's not beat around the bush, ladies and gentlemen. That man is the only man in WWE history to be a 2-time Grand Slam champion. Okay? He's had all the belts, all the accolades, twice over. He obviously, especially where he is at now in his career, he is able to be looked at and say, we need you. Because we know that you can pull it off. This man's, if you think I'm lying, helped debut AJ Styles. Not like literal debut matches by all means, but debut kind of like feuds, getting back into the way WWE works. For Cody, it'll be that way. For some, it's been the first time how we run things a little bit in this environment. It's a little safer, I would say, right? So, AJ Styles, he helped with. Bad Bunny, he helped with. Obviously, Logan Paul, he's helped with. There's a lot. There's a lot that he's done.
Yeah, he's a very good
He's a workman.
Yeah, he's a good entry level like superstar because he's so well known and also extremely, like you said, he's extremely safe and he's a vet. I mean, now at this point, he's been doing it for so long that like you are going like people who are new just to WWE but not new to wrestling will take his word for it just because one, he has a lot of leverage contract wise. I think he makes a lot of money from WWE because he doesn't have to be there and he chooses to.
Yeah, and like merch and shit too.
And he sells out a lot. He sells out a lot of stuff. And so I think that they like him a lot. And so I think he earns the respect backstage from a lot of wrestlers.
I really do hope so. Because he 100% has mine as a fan. And even though I know I'm supposed to like, I'll hate him when I have to.
Oh, I boo him what he did to Logan Paul. Boo!
Boo! All my homies hate the Miz because of that.
Yeah,
but like, no, put respect on his name. And like I saw online today. Someone was like, "I'm tired of hearing the Miz give us the same promo every year or so about how people don't respect him and how he is tired of the lack of respect he gets." But it's like,
it's kind of facts though.
Hey, yeah, y'all treat him like he's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
And that man's is fucking a good worker. Bless up. Shout out to The Miz. The weekly shout out. It's a new segment. I just made it right now.
The Miz shout out. We're gonna do a
weekly shout out.
We'll just do the weekly shout out, and whatever superstar needs the love this week, we're gonna give him a shout out. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Because you know what? I'll get a little disrespectful, and I don't mean it always. Always, I don't. Okay. Sometimes I do. How you doing? Let's get back to the show.
I mean, yes, sir. We can do that. We can get right back into the island of relevancy, sir.
We're going to talk about how a 3-hour Monday Night Raw led into a 30-second promo for a 2-hour-long SmackDown that I don't believe that Sasha and Liv was coined as the main event match. In fact, there was, if you missed it, there was the segment that closed Raw. That was the real segment that closed Raw. It was Roman coming out. And if you missed the final segment of SmackDown, it's because it happened in the blink of an eye. It happened faster than Roman Reigns' entrance and The Undertaker's entrance, if you put it on speed 10, it was so fast.
Yeah, I mean, it was what he said was good. I liked how he came out and
All I swear to God he said was acknowledge me.
on SmackDown. On Raw, that's all he said pretty much. He said acknowledge me more this Friday. But then on
Yeah,
SmackDown,
Paul did more talking on Monday, correct? A little bit more?
no, not really.
Not at all.
They just didn't really say anything.
I don't know why I thought Paul said a little bit, like, because he was talking shit on Brock, maybe, is why I think that.
Maybe, but it
And
was only like
Roman
a minute.
definitely got the last words.
But this time it was a little bit longer, and he talked about getting all the gold, and
All of it.
I mean, I liked what he said. It could have led into more though. It happened really fast, like you said. It was him doing a call out on basically the whole Raw tag team division, and then it was a double super kick to the face, and then it was over.
I will say, when Roman went in to give Shinsuke the hug, because it did look like he needed it. His tag team partner's knee just got busted. So Shinsuke was offered a hug and given a hug by Roman. And I don't know if you were paying attention, but when Roman gives him a hug, you can see Shinsuke looking very confused and going and saying, "What are you doing?" I don't know why I said it like that. That was Mexican. Not even Asian. Ayya, what do you do? Ayya, Joseph. Okay, there it is. He was like, "Roman, what are you doing?" I always go Mexican. It's because the Filipinos are the Mexicans of Asians, and if you're Filipino, you know exactly what the fuck I'm saying, and you know I'm not wrong, and welcome to my comedy show. How you doing?
What's funny about the hug as well is Roman looked
Ayya, what do you do?
like genuinely like he meant it.
Yeah.
He did a pretty good job of like being like, "No, man, like just bring it in, man. Just bring it in." And he gave him a hug, and he on his face, it really looked like he was like, "Dude, it's shitty what happened to Rick Boogs." It really looked like he had that feeling on his face. But then as soon as he released the hug and the evil grin he had after the super kicks, like
Very sneaky.
he's good, man. He's good.
Please don't turn around and rub your hands together.
Yeah,
Very sneaky.
he's good. It reminded me a lot of
Very sneaky.
it reminded me a lot of like a movie scene, not like, it didn't
Very
remind me.
sneaky preach.
Yeah, it reminded me of
Why
like,
Roman hard work be good deal, yeah. Good deal, yeah. What are you doing, yeah? Oh, yeah. Roman Reigns, movie star, how you doing? We're getting fucking demonetized or something. Please don't egg my house. I live at, no, I'm just kidding. Says your address.
okay.
Alrighty then, I'm not editing a single part of this. So, it doesn't matter.
It's your address.
Doesn't matter. NXT 2.0. That was a weird segue that worked out very well, actually. Doesn't matter, NXT 2.0. But I was saying doesn't matter about what I was saying before. But it also happened to work with what I'm about to say on this show. How you doing? Did I put you to sleep? I'm trying to be like AJ. I'm trying to be like cousin AJ. Am I putting you to bed?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're reminding me of NXT for a little bit this week.
Just making sure.
Oh, jeez.
I was doing it on purpose.
Sorry. Because it started out hot, and then there was just like a big lull, and then I got alert again at the end.
Didn't
But
even get a cool ring. Sorry.
That's a lot like what NXT was like.
Hey, not
'Cause-
so good.
Because Gunther and Braun,
Banger.
yeah, that's a good call out.
Banger.
It was a good promo in the beginning and a fucking amazing main event.
Sad when we don't get to see it again, but also I don't need to see it because I've seen Gunther hold down the fort with the UK strap. So, go ahead, cross over the pond to a bigger ocean, lake, body of water, Omega Law.
But everything in the middle was kind of crazy, other than
Crazy in a
Solo.
good way?
Well, I wouldn't call it that. No, I would
Oh.
say crazy in a like just kind of chaotically not making sense way.
What do you mean? Didn't make sense. My girls got their tag team belts back.
Yeah,
And
a 1 week reign. Not even. It was what, 4 days? 3 days?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I guess it just made sense to me. Let me give these tag team belts to two girls, and then, well, I know one of them is getting called up anyways, but we're just gonna give her a tag team belt anyways, and then only change her last name to make it have the thing, whatever it's called, where your names or words start with the same letter. What is that?
It's like an alliteration or something.
That's what I always want to say that, but then I always feel like I'm illiterate, and then I'm like, that can't be right.
But yeah, get that Toxic
Yeah.
Attraction getting their belts back was a mess.
And only because it didn't make sense that they lost them,
yes.
right? Like if they beat them at Stand and Deliver and then beat them again, it would have been perfectly fine.
Yes. Or even like, yeah, if they beat them at Stand and Deliver and then we don't even have this match this week because Raquel just is moving up and we're going to be doing something else. And maybe Dakota and Wendy get a shot.
And
this week.
maybe that was the whole. They didn't even have to win the belts for this scenario to play out. The scenario being, Wendy will back out stage again, because obviously now if they wanted to, Kai and her could team up,
Team back
correct?
up.
But they didn't have to. They didn't have to win the belts.
Yeah, the way they did it was terrible. And so this week, having Toxic Attraction win them back, it's
More
just a
title
mess.
reigns for my wife, Gigi.
It's all right. We'll see. I hope that it'll be weird now also if Toxic
Wow.
Attraction has the tag team belts, but then now what if Mandy loses to Cora? I don't know. It's just kind of weird what's going on. Them not having all the gold, I feel like, makes Mandy's character have to go into a weird situation where she can't be as cocky because then her little underlings have gold and she doesn't. And so, like, how can she be the front runner if they're the champions and she's not a champion?
Oh yeah, I know they've done an angle like this. They did.
It's just gonna be weird, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
No, but
It's not as bad.
has it been decided who Mandy's going against now?
Yeah, she's going against Cora.
For sure. Why don't I remember this?
No, there was a promo for Mandy versus Cora. I believe the belt's on the line. And this was something that also kind of doesn't make sense because they've been doing all of these random matches, Dusty Cup,
Now it's really
finalists.
weird that Raquel wasn't the last one to fight Mandy.
and it's also what happened to Kaylee Ray? Missing this week on the show, and was the one who was last feuding with Mandy Rose. Did she lose and now is just not in the picture? And what's her situation looking like? And Cora is getting the solo push. Obviously, her partner's gone, or what was her partner of the Dusty Cup is gone. So I don't know what her angle of like teaming or having friends would be, but it's just weird.
That's my wife.
It's just a lot of weirdness
wives.
going on. And they followed it up with another weird and not so good match for me, which was that Battle of the Relationships match.
Oh man, I'm surprised that you.
Uh,
I'm not gonna cap. The ending was very clown, and I liked how the audience was very mad. That was stupid. Was being chanted.
yes.
That was cool. And I mean, to be honest with you, the ending was super clown, right? Can I be real with you for a second? The ending of that was super clown when the girls were just tugging on their boys and they both ended up just hitting their heads on the pole, right? On the outsides.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
hilarious. Solid work, ladies and gentlemen.
it
I'm not
wasn't
mad.
worth it, though.
No.
Wasn't worth it, though. That spot wasn't worth having to sit through 10, 15 minutes of that for 3 weeks now.
And it's the first time I feel like they've had a match.
They had a match I thought was... I'm not certain. I thought they had a match right before Stand and Deliver, but they as a mixed tag, and now they are having
I thought that the girls fought, and I don't remember the boys fighting.
Oh,
so
Jesus. So they might have a mixed tag now.
I don't know. All I know is that those girls are very, very cute.
It's just a mess. And so they had two back-to-back messy moments. Waller calling out the tag team champs was cool.
Oh.
We're just gonna call them the tag team champs because they're not gonna be what they are right now for much longer. But
Well,
the
because
tag
they're
team champs,
not.
yeah, well, because they're not that anymore. You're right, they're gone. But
Well, they're not.
well, MSK and
One of them is, and that girl, sounds like slander. We're not going to talk about it here. We don't talk about Make sure to check out our Patreon. I'm just kidding. We don't have one.
yeah, but when we get some bonus content to cook in, we'll throw it on there.
Yeah, flagrant in the ring. I've been trying to tell this kid that we should just be flagrant around the ring. Imagine the shit that you would hear us say. You get a little hints of it now.
But it could get wild.
Oh man, oh mighty, oh man. We don't have to talk about it. This week on NXT, there's going to be a new crowning of tag team champions or a tournament. We don't really know yet. T's and P's, though, for Nash Carter, IRL, dead ass, head ass, I hope. It seems like he no longer is abusive. It seems like that shit was in the past. It seems like the reason he got fired, obviously, was from very far back in the day. That's no excuse, though.
And being immature.
Yeah, I get it. No excuse. Anyways.
Deserves to be fired, but also deserves a shot at another, you know what I mean, redemption at a life.
Wouldn't say fired. I would say suspended. And,
okay, fair.
I'll tell you why.
Fair.
After the pod, because we don't run flagrant around the ring.
Fair. And yeah, we can do the deets later. And I mean, I agree. I obviously am. We here at the Clown Around the Ring podcast, I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to say it loud and proud. We push back against cancel culture. We will cancel people who deserve to be canceled, but we don't believe in cancel culture. If someone is a criminal, then yes, we will not support their products. If someone is like hate speech level, like to a high degree, we're not going to support their products. Like you can't do that. But like, if your feelings get hurt because of somebody's, you know what I mean, words or how they act, I don't believe in cancel culture to that degree. So we like to look at the facts. We like to get to the details. We like to understand the nuance of situations. And so we might have some feelings about some people who you might feel a certain way about. And we also might hate some people who you have no idea why you should. So it will go both ways. There's going to be people who we dig into and we don't like, even though the people don't know. And there's going to be people who we actually end up liking, even though the people think that they're a bad person. It's going to go both ways. We don't believe in cancel culture, and that's how we're going to run things around here.
Yeah, because like, what if Solo Sikoa is a bad person? I don't know that yet. I don't know that. I really am digging this dude. What if, for all I know, he's supposed to have been getting canceled? You know what I mean? How am I supposed to fucking know?
From what we understand, normal guy.
Yeah, from what I know, he's never done anything wrong. Am I now scared to Google him? Actually, a little.
Scared to Google any of these guys all the time. But it kind of comes with the territory.
I mean, it comes with any field you're in.
Right?
There's
if you
always
be
a fucking weirdo
in front of one of these, you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? Because there's gonna be people checking you out.
Real careful.
Kind of like how the Creed Bros are getting checked out by me as my NXT favorites.
They're getting checked out by you sexually.
No, they're getting checked out by me as my NXT favorites.
Oh, okay.
Has nothing to do with checking anything out sexually.
So do you think Fabian Eichner walked out against the Creed brothers because he didn't get the call up? And he was like, fuck you two. Fuck you two. You two got called up. I didn't. I'm out of here. Or what? Or why do you think Fabian walked away? Like, are they going to continue that story? And how? Because his boys are fucking gone. Although, sometimes everyone else who has an accent is already in a group, though.
Don't need an accent. You just gotta be badass. Imperium is just total domination and badassness. So as long as they come in with that mentality, I think it can work.
That would be kind of weird for me to see an American there.
It would.
I don't believe.
And there's probably NXT UK talent that they could pull up if they wanted to.
Sure.
They could yank somebody.
I just think it's funny.
I think
I like thinking about like I
an
straight up told
American
you,
person
I straight up told you like everyone else in an accent is paired up, which is true with Peaky Blinders.
Yep.
But also think about all the other factions on SmackDown right now.
Yeah, they're paired by their
First ever.
But Braun is the champion.
Again. And it's a new belt. Did you notice how there's a little color on the belt?
But where's their contention gonna go? Gunna's gone. Dolph's not in the picture.
If LA
Ciampa's
Knight is gone,
kind of on the way out.
I really hope that Ciampa's just on the way out of NXT for real, because I'm not ready to say goodbye. But that's just me, and maybe even I'd be okay with him leaving this company because he's got a buddy that didn't resign, and doesn't look like he chose to come back. So like I won't be mad if he chooses to wrestle somewhere else with his buddy last, obviously. Anyways, if LA Knight isn't getting moved up, because he was off the show, he was off TV all week. I would like to see that personally. I would like a Braun and LA Knight thing before LA Knight moves up. Please, for the love of God, if LA Knight moves up, I get it. I get it if you guys are gonna change his name, but don't just make him someone's manager, like I read. And if you are gonna just make him someone's manager, don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't.
He needs to wrestle.
He can wrestle. He can talk. If you're going to change his name, just see if you can get his old name, Eli Drake.
I don't like it as much, but it's okay.
LA Knight took a long time for it to grow on me. Because I don't know what... is he just a Los Angeles Knight? I don't know if LA is supposed to stand for anything other than that. And
it hit for me right away.
Okay. Maybe it's because I knew him as the other guy.
Okay.
But whatever. Obviously, the way he wrestles is the same. Basically, his quote chant thing has been a thing since he was Eli Drake. So that they can and they can't strip him of things. So
well, dude, he's too good. They can't. If he were to
that's
walk,
the deal, I need him to walk.
Yeah, well, if he goes out there and he doesn't do what's gonna happen?
And the point.
Yeah, and what's the point?
He even was able to do that, I'm pretty sure, with Eli Drake. I'm pretty sure he did Eli Drake.
Yeah.
Like, L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Like, as long as long as you can give it the same cadence of the syllables, right? Then fine. Let him keep...
Yeah, keep the
persona.
character. You can do whatever you want with the name.
Yeah.
Keep the character. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I would like to see a Braun and him go at it.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I do think.
Ooh.
I'm
Actually,
sorry.
I know who Braun's next contender is. Because it was hinted after Braun won.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Braun's father. Ooh. Pause.
Oh yes. Yeah. Hey yo.
Hey, yo, pause. Braun's papa was locked up
Yes.
by Joe Gacy and his cult member. What's his... Harlan?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Harlan? Yeah, Harlan.
And that's gonna be.
See, it's a very weird setup, but it puts the lotion on the skin, and I know this one's just gonna be a nice... I gotta
gonna be quick.
I gotta save my dad from the cult.
It's gonna be quick, right?
Right.
A couple weeks.
Right.
In and out, right?
Yeah.
In and out of this
Couple
feud,
of
couple
minutes.
weeks in and out. It's just a quick one. Then we're moving on to LA Knight or who's the other member of MSK? I forget his name.
Wesley.
Why not him?
Believe it or not, that's two names. I'm not telling you one.
Oh, so who is the
No,
one who's
no. Like, one is his first name and one is his last name. Like, that's two names. His name is Wes Lee. Not Wesley, but Wes Lee.
So, and he goes by both names. It's not just Wes.
Yeah, I've never heard him. I've never heard anyone just call him Wes.
So it's Wesley.
I've actually heard Lee more than I've heard Wesley.
Okay, so it's Lee. Okay. I think he could be fun.
Yeah.
Getting a solo push now and getting
I just don't. Dude, I feel so bad. I feel bad that Wesley is caught up in the middle of it.
Yeah, and that's why. Well, and I think that if he's
Just
not,
fucking pair him with Fabian. Who gives a shit?
well, I was gonna say if he's not,
Or give him and Waller. Fucking make them beat up the tall guy.
well, because I kind of look at it as like I like your LA Knight picking because he's beloved by the crowd and Braun's kind of mix. I think MSK's loved by the crowd, and so I think that he would translate to being loved by the crowd in a solo push.
Yeah.
And that it would be good to have him go. I think someone who gets a lot of push from the crowd would be good to go against Braun because Braun's kind of a mix. And or you put somebody who everyone completely despises against him, but I don't think there's very
Joe
many
Gacy.
people. Yeah,
Colt.
a lot of people I feel like the reaction on him is kind of mixed.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a little polarizing because he's very fun to watch.
He
He's a
does
very
it,
interesting guy.
he does it differently.
and he is very good at portraying, a like dead stare psychopath.
Yes.
He's very good.
Yeah, he could be a Batman villain. Is kind of what the vibe I get from him. He
Riddle
could
me
be
this man's, riddle me that man's. How is a Colt head gonna take down the Batman's?
right? I couldn't tell you, but what I could tell you is that Dynamite fucking slapped.
Oh,
That's what I can tell you is that we're gonna move on, and this is probably the best show of the week. And
yeah.
AEW in general went hard this week. They went hard this week to follow up.
To combat
Yes,
their last week and Mania,
yes,
they fucking killed it.
they
And not only that-
went over the top.
They have, just like real quick, they have the Battle of the Belts show on a Saturday coming up really soon, I think. And if I'm not mistaken, even like this week on Rampage or Dynamite, maybe even both, there's like belt matches on like
100%.
whole thing.
Yep. Yeah. Adam Cole versus Adam Page.
Baby.
That's gonna be a title match
and
next week.
Hangman in a Texas death match. We'll get into that later.
There's another title match. Oh,
Is Thunder? Is Thunder?
in Nyla, I think so.
Or
Because it's not the tag teams. It's not the tag teams. So yeah, I believe it would be.
yeah, actually, the tag teams are on the Jurassic. I'm still calling them Jurassic Express. Fuck off. Jurassic Express is putting their titles on the line against Red Dragon. as
Yes. You're right.
On the same episode, I think, of
It's gonna be a lot of gold.
Dynamite.
Gonna be a lot of gold. And this week started off with brutality.
Brother, I am a whore for a Christian Cage match.
You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong being a whore for that match. That's a good match to whore yourself out for.
Christian Cage knows what he's doing, and he been know what he's doing. That buddy's just got a certain kind of edge to him. You know what I mean? How you doing?
I thought this would be a really good chance because we obviously know Christian Cage puts in work that for Adam Cole to be like putting on a really like wonderful match.
Adam Cole,
and it wasn't
for the
disappointing.
Most part, for the most part, I believe Cole has been fighting like generationally like top guys.
Oh, top level guys, yeah.
Jay Lethal,
Yep.
Christian Cage, and like newbies, right? He did a thing with Jungle Boy. He obviously went on, and this will be is this gonna be
He beat
is
or
this
he
Hangman Hangman Cole too, right?
yes, and he beat Cassidy in a crazy match, or he lost Cassidy in that crazy match that didn't count against his.
Oh yeah, the Orange Cassidy,
yeah.
the lights out,
And so it's been he's had some great matches.
right? And
But-
that is even the only L on his single on the single card is that. Because then I think even in 6-man matches they win. That's what's up. Respect.
And I would say that he's been for I guess what they try to push him as, or sorry about that, for what they have pushed him as, and for what he has kind of created the character of himself to be, I feel that he's maybe not the highest level wrestler in comparison to some of the other guys on the roster. Just specifically due to like the endurance part of the athleticism. It seems like he wears down a lot in fights and looks a little bit like clunkier and maybe a little bit like more worn out as fights go on.
Is it weird that sometimes I feel like I feel what you're saying. It's weird that the Velcro just gave up on me. It wasn't even the Velcro, it's the sticky part. Call me Tina Belcher. How you doing? What was I talking about? My brain is like Dory's.
Adam Cole. I was saying that he is maybe a little bit kind of just like slow moving for my liking of wrestling.
Just because like I see what you're saying. He definitely seems to be getting like winded and stuff pretty early on or whatever compared to some of the other guys. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a decision.
Okay.
Would not be surprised if part of it is decision, part of it maybe he's I think he's getting a little older, you know, his body might be reacting to things a little differently now. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's decisions, because that man's makes very choice decisions.
I was about to say it makes his wins look like more he looks like the underdog a lot.
And because he always has to cheat, like he's playing a very good top heel.
True.
Name a match he's won recently where
it's been like super fair. Yeah, it's only this cage match.
Christian Cage. No, but even in this one, he I'd correct. I don't think anyone helped him.
After the match, he had the people jumping.
But he poked his eyes.
True. He won with some cheese. He always wins with cheese.
Maybe no low blow. Maybe I just always envision that.
No, it was just a poke in the eyes.
He did rake of the eyes because of the distraction. He was distracting the ref. And when he caught his... This part isn't so dirty. It's more he just reversed it like a fucking G. He got his foot on the rope to where Christian Cage like couldn't get the kill switch off.
Yep.
Which made the ref be like, hey, get off him. His foot is on the rope. Because you have to break when your opponent is on the rope.
3-second break.
And then 5.
Oh, okay.
And then he poked his eye. And then he hits the boom, which the first boom I liked how he did not lower. Yeah. One, he didn't lower the knee pad, and he hit it from the front. I could be wrong. Isn't the boom / the final or the final shot, last shot, isn't that always from the back?
I thought it was in reverse. I'm not the one to have these types of things memorized. Sure. But if I remember correctly, a lot of times when he doesn't lower the pad, he's coming from behind. And then a lot of times when it's the final one, he'll hit him in the face with the exposed knee.
Damn. Okay. I just know that a lot of the times, and maybe it's just
right? The difference. Yeah, it might.
But in NXT,
it might be
when it was
always from the back.
When it was like the last shot, I think, or the last chance or something like that, the last shot knee, it was always from the back.
Okay. It might always be from the back now as well. And just sometimes padded, not padded sometimes.
Yeah. And I believe he always padded it. Like that's like his signature thing, which is good. That's good. That's good like ring wear play. Mm-hmm. Like how people sometimes you have like Stone Cold had a knee brace and how he would use that to his advantage. How fucking sometimes people who have to wear a mask, sometimes they'll throw a headbutt. You know,
and I've seen people wear elbow pads that they take off.
Oh yeah,
and that's a classic.
That's the same concept as the knee pad. Yeah.
Yep.
But I just love it. This was solid shit.
Yeah. Solid shit. It was an amazing match. I don't want it to come off as like complaining about his ring work as much as it's just like a critique. Like I noticed like. Even Christian Cage, who I assume, and this is a bold assumption, but I'm assuming Christian Cage, who's been around in WWE for so long, is older. So, and I was watching them one versus the other.
Oh, did you not understand my "he's got an edge to him" joke? Him and back in
no, I did not understand.
Christian Cage and Edge were a tag team.
Okay.
And when they came up together, they came up through Canada, obviously.
Yeah.
Christian, believe it or not, had long hair just like Edge and shit,
Okay.
and they were a tag team, and he has an edge to him.
Okay.
Max Caster even had a line once when he fought Cage. He said something about how he doesn't have an edge to him anymore, or how he was only cool when he had an edge next to him, or an edge,
Edge
to
to
him.
him. Okay.
Anyways, that's why I said, "How you doing?" After, how you doing?
Okay.
How you doing? How you doing? He's got an edge, and then you get,
I understand.
how you doing?
Well,
And he does though, but he does.
Are you
though.
saying that just is explaining his endurance and just like how he's just a beast athlete like Edge?
Oh, and like how he is an older dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes.
And so, like,
Speaking
he-
to the
in
experience of
WWE,
yes, he's been here for a
From like
while.
90s, 2000s, and even when he left WWE the first time, he went to TNA
Okay.
and then wrestled there and came back to ECW.
And
Left, came back to WWE.
he looked more athletic than Adam Cole in that match. So, and that's what I mean.
yeah.
And that's what I mean
Sure,
by Adam Cole. Sometimes his in-ring performance looks
Ooh, and I
less
wonder
athletic.
now. Sorry to cut you off.
all
I
good.
wonder if that would work really cool if it was a decision. Because if Christian Cage looked hella pristine, like you would
Yes.
think Christian's gonna get the win, as
I think
the
that's-
older vet. Okay.
That's part of his thing, and I like and dislike it. I think it's a part of his thing to not look like he looks like the underdog
What about
almost
when
in
he
every
fought
match.
OC? I don't know if you can go back that far in your memory bank, but like, did he look? Well, I guess it's hard to say too because they were walking around the whole arena, but like, winded. You know what I mean? Like, did he look mad winded?
They both looked beaten that match.
So it's a hard one. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
because
what I
that
figured.
match they laid it out there.
Okay.
And that's the thing. Adam Cole is not someone who won't do the crazy stuff either.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's not athletic enough to go over the top or off the top rope, or like it's not like he's doing like
He just knows when to call his spots.
yeah. It seems like it's a decision, and it seems like it's strategic, and it seems like it plays into his character. It's a great thing. I just noticed it, and I would like to see. I personally would like to see maybe not. I don't want him to be a long reigning champion because of it. I don't think he's gonna have like the same matches that Adam Page has even had to this point in the terms of just athleticism and wow factor and just like what
So you're saying you want him to lose now?
kind of
Remember at one point, chat, he wanted Adam Cole, baby,
I did.
to dethrone my cowboy.
I know I did, and I think I've changed my mind, and that's what I kind of was getting to. Is I think that Adam Cole shouldn't be champion. I think that he should have a good run, but I think he should lose.
One day I do believe he will get the belt though.
Okay, and I wouldn't be mad at that.
I do really see that happening because he straight up that would add hella cool, like a cool factor to his character because wherever he has been, he will then be able to say, "I
Champion.
held the main championship." So
And he deserves it. He puts on better promos than a lot of people. So
Yeah.
he's a top level star in their company. I won't deny it. I just would like to see maybe just get the endurance level up a little bit in the gym and then get the strap.
yeah, I almost even wouldn't mind if Adam Cole does get this belt from Adam Page, at like the third bout or something.
Okay.
Or like, I don't know if or when. Like, what if Kenny Omega decides to not come back too? Wouldn't that be fucking nuts? Anyways, that'd be just insane. But if and when Kenny Omega comes back, I feel like he has to go. He never got. I mean, they don't just hand out rematches, have you? But I'm sure he's gonna want his rematch, and so I expect almost one more Omega Hangman before the final Page Hangman, where
Page Cole.
where Cole wins.
Okay. And Omega loses that, and then can maybe start
And then it would start maybe.
the Omega and Cole
Yeah.
feud.
But also, I need something in the. I would want a buffer, like a buffer person or two. before it's Kenny.
How young is Kenny? How long has Kenny got doing this?
That's true.
Because if Kenny doesn't got, a lot of time, he might not be champion again.
That's true.
He might have some title matches, but he might not be champion again if he doesn't.
38.
Yeah, I don't know if he's. I mean, in wrestling years, you can still get it done.
He can go. He's
You
the
can
kind
still
of
get
guy,
it done till 45, I
I was
think.
gonna say he can at least like half of his moveset as well. He would be able to do it. Well, hell, dude. Now people are just genetic freaks out there. Like he might be able to hit a lot of the same moves. Maybe not as much dives, but a lot of like the pickups and holds and carries, and maybe like the in ring flips and stuff. He might be able to still do.
Yeah, I definitely
But,
think
like,
at 45, he can still
45.
probably do most of his.
And then I
moves.
feel like he could wrestle though until he's like 55.
Oh, easily, yeah. Yeah, but main title contention, he probably has about 7 years left, which is plenty of time to get the strap back and be a main guy. Because what you're speaking about
And
would
it's not like
probably
he couldn't
be
get the strap
9 months away.
older. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not a year away, 9 months away is when we're talking.
When he jumps to WWE.
Maybe
That'd be nuts. Imagine if Cody just gets everyone.
the big guys.
Yeah. I promise, bro, he might get like I really do see WWE wanting MJF.
Do you think that they would snag the next person on my list, Max Caster?
Let's talk about it. Max Caster.
Because I think he's someone who they would love. They would love to have someone who can do what he does in ring and on mic. That's exactly what WWE wants, is someone like Max Caster. And I don't think that they would. I don't think they would hate on having Bowens.
I would need the pairing, and I would need it to be like contractually. Don't break them up.
Bowens could be his
Unless
manager.
unless they want to break up.
Yeah, I mean,
But like I would need both personally. I would need both. And I obviously am all like you can already foresee. He gets the stupid the same John Cena line.
gimmicks. Yeah,
Like thrown against him from his opponent all the time.
yep.
And like I don't want that. So if that can be avoided somehow, sweet.
I could see it happening though.
Like just don't talk about it. It's not that hard.
Do you want to talk about that match? The match he had?
He went against the debuting Samoa Joe, yeah?
Yes, he
The
did.
debuting Samoa Joe. Bro's a beast, bro. Oh my, Samoa Joe is the first he's the first like heavyset dude I've seen do dives from the from the ring to the outside. And he does this sick move where their opponent is in the corner, and he does like he like turns around to where his back is against his opponent, takes like a step, and then he does an enziguri, so he like kicks him in the head.
Yeah.
And that move is so savage, and like seeing all the other bigger and like heavier set dudes from WWE at the time, like they never did nothing out of the heavy set box.
None of the
Mm-hmm. And
the
his finisher,
smaller packages.
the Muscle Buster.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to see that be his finisher again,
it's pretty sick.
because it wasn't. It must be like a dangerous move or something, because like he wasn't allowed to use it in WWE. He resulted in using a chokehold essentially, but it's just like a certain one, so it has a fucking
Like a
name.
manhandle of some sort.
Starts with a K.
Okay.
Yeah,
What was that? Was that his finisher in NXT too?
the
Did
Muscle
he-
Buster.
It went. It really went.
In NXT, I believe I wouldn't be surprised if it was a sleeper.
Okay.
But I also, because since like some of the NXT talent, like they take different bumps, you know. Sometimes I swear to
yeah.
God, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some people who were like, "You can do it on me. I know how to take that bump."
All right.
I feel like it might be like even like in NXT, it might be more so.
A little
Hey,
bit more lenient.
have you done this?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know how to do it, you know how to do it. Like, and then if you can trust your guy, the job is done right there almost. if you know how to take a certain bump and you trust your fucking opponent, you should be
Golden.
fine. You should
Yep.
be good to go.
You know,
Good to go, Samoa Joe.
you know what happened after the match, and I was praying on it, and it finally took place.
No, because one sec, I have to touch on how Samoa Joe hit the shmoney dance. He hit the shmoney dance on Caster. And then, you know, destruction.
Yeah, it was
Destruction
brutality.
happened.
I think that Bowen should get a shot at him. I think that'd be a good match too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where
Bowens
are they?
and
Where are
Samoa?
they next?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think that it could be it
Love
could be a
Bowens
good,
boys.
and I think that this is kind of rude, but Bowens and Caster are good filler opponents to get your like contenders up in their win-loss record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of messed up because they should, get some wins sometimes too.
And they do. They do. I bet they.
And they do.
I'm sure they equal it out. I'm sure they're equaled out on like Dark and shit.
That's true. But in that, well, and that's key because they're good. They're talented.
Yeah,
they
don't
deserve some
to
dubs.
be-
Jobbed every time, but I like that they build people. They're good at building people, like and making them heel or fit, like what, or you know what I mean, liked or disliked. They're good at pushing that person into that direction.
Yeah.
Careful. But all I was trying to say is that my man's came through with the video promo, said, "Yo, why didn't you call me back? I would have laid out the red carpet for your ass. And now, it's on. Oh no, you can't tell me it's not on. Cause you gonna get effed in the A on Saturday.
'Cause it's on like Donkey Kong.
It's on.
Oh yeah. Dig it.
Wait, that didn't happen on Dynamite. Monks is about to fuck you to up.
Oh, that was a promo.
Oh. You want to talk about it?
I mean, we can get to it when it happens. That actually took
Or
place
were
this
you
week.
still done talking? Or if you have more on Lethal, by all means.
No, I mean, I think it's going to be I think that's a great setup. You were obviously prefacing last week about how Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal have worked together already.
Yes.
And so I believe that it's good that they are getting their, like a TV match. And I think it's going to be really
That
good.
is really good. It's
I think
been
it's going to be really, really
a
good.
long time since I've seen them on TV. Wow. Like,
Yeah.
Together. Wow.
That's what I mean. Like, I think this match, I have a lot of hype for it, or like, excitement built
Yeah.
up for this one. I don't get excited for matches very often, and this one I have a lot of excitement for.
Yeah, oh man, dude, yeah.
And the
'cause
promo was
the
good.
fact that they know each other very well, like, ooh, I bet working with each other. I bet it's like riding a bike every time you have.
I think that Jay Lethal's promo was really, really good. It's exactly what I was wanting.
Mans was in it.
He's like, it felt real. It felt like, hey, I know you. I was texting you. You didn't hit me back up. It felt like a real, like genuine, for one. And then for two, he was like, you know what? I got told I have a job. And my job is I get to say and do whatever the fuck I want. That's pretty much all he said. And I was like, that's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. It was just like so perfect. And then it's setting up a perfect match. So
Oh man,
that whole
I'm
segment,
sold.
10 of 10. I loved it.
Segment of the week, eh?
Yeah,
How you
seriously.
doing, eh?
Mox.
Definitely not AJ. Need to not have the segment of the week, eh? Put me
Yeah,
to sleep.
seriously.
Almost went to bed, eh?
Literally couldn't mention it other
Oh.
than when we're shitting on it because it's so bad.
Rewind real quick though. I am excited. I am excited. However, for what looks like Tony D's next feud, which is Santos Escobar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, as long as AJ's not a part of it.
As long as AJ's not a part of the talking. No, AJ needs to no longer be on screen. I liked
Yeah.
it a lot better when I didn't have to know what he looked like, and when his name is Vinny. His name's Vinny, and AJ only works because he's Italian enough that he is a junior. You know that he's like Anthony Jr. or something. So it
Facts.
passes because he's Italian enough, but change it to Vinny. I don't care how basic that is.
I'm with it. I'm with
Give me
it.
Tony D and Cousin Vinny, eh? How you doing?
This is gonna be a lot of bouncing around, but I'm gonna get us back on track because the next segment was Mox saying that basically it doesn't matter what happened between him and Danielson, Yuta and Danielson. Doesn't matter if what Regal thinks. He's gonna beat the shit out of him, and that's all. And that's all. And then Yuta had a moment with the best friends where he kind of looked a little soft. I'm not gonna lie. He said he kind of stood up for himself, but I think he could have said more because Trent called him out, like straight up was like, "Nah, you're pretty much a bitch, and you're gonna see when I face Danielson what real talent is like, and that you could be with us and still be a great wrestler." And then he kind of came back and was like, "You don't know what you're talking about." But it's like, come on.
Well, he also said, "Don't put your fucking hands on me.
Yeah, I guess he could
Don't
have.
you dare put your hands on the new Ring of Honor Pure Champion Punk bitch."
He didn't say it like that, and if he did, I would have been more happy. He said it kind of soft, and I wish he was a little bit more stern with his violence. But it's all good. It was a little bit of of wrong foreshadowing. I thought it was going to be then. I thought this promo made me to believe that Wheeler Yuta was not going to be tough enough to face Mox, but boy was I wrong.
Boy, oh, boy, oh. Boy, oh, boy, oh.
And Eddie Kingston came out, another segment, but before the segment, he had to send the JS packing.
He said, "Get out of here."
He had to send him packing out in the Suburban.
He said, "I'm gonna throw this TV at him, man. Bust it, oh, bust it. The boys in the back have no TV all night now because of Eddie Kingston, the Mad King, eh?"
I fucking love it, dude. And then he came out, grabbed the mic, and didn't even know half their names.
Cut the track, he said. "I'm done with this. I don't need the music."
He said, whoever those other guys are, and Daniel Garcia, Hager, and Jericho. I'm like, oh, he
That's
doesn't know
exactly how we call him on this podcast. I'll give enough respect to at least call one of them Magic Daddy, yeah? Or aluminum foil boy, eh? But the other guy who sometimes looks good, what was his name again? Handlebar mustache guy, yeah?
Oh, I just thought it was hilarious that we had trouble remembering their names, and he came out and he couldn't name them either. It was just such good gratification for us.
And now it's gonna be a fucking brawl in New Orleans. How you doing?
Yeah, that 6-man is going to be crazy. That's what I mean. AEW had a banger week, and they set up
Another one.
a following banger week.
Like their name's DJ Khaled.
Another one.
Can I do the rest of this podcast like Orange Cassidy? Or are you gonna be mad at me?
I mean, how chill are you going to be? Because he's so chill, dog. He's chilling. He's really chilling. Do you see how chilling he is? He's super chilling. I'm going to move us on then because Orange Cassidy isn't going to do jack shit around here on the mic except for give a thumbs up. The Hardy Boys had a table match versus the older gentleman with a handlebar mustache. What the fuck is his name?
But Butcher and the Blade.
Butcher.
And the Blade was a tag team.
Yes, but Butcher is the gentleman's name who I was thinking of with the handlebar mustache. And yes, Butcher and the Blade, which they look old, and I called them old just now, but they fucking put on a show. Dog, he was 3 weeks ago, he was in a Texas death match with Hangman Adam Page, and now the Butcher's in this tables match with the Hardys and putting in work. Literally looks like he's 60 damn near and putting in work. I didn't know I wanted to see it until it was on.
Texas Death.
Yes. Or it was last man standing? Is that the same thing?
Are you talking about when? Are you talking about when Hangman did the cool vault over the ref, buckshot lariat?
He was facing the Butcher. That's all I know.
I don't remember that. I do remember, however, Hangman, Adam Page versus Lance Archer in that Texas death match, which is the same thing as the last man standing match.
I swear.
But I do not recall. I know that Butcher and Blade was in a cool 8-man with like Sting and Darby though.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. It was the 8-man ladder match.
It wasn't a ladder match. It was just a no holds bar.
Well, was it? They had tables everywhere and ladders.
Yeah, if it was a ladders match, they would have had to climb the ladder to win something.
You're right. You're right. You're right. They just slammed them. They just kept slamming them through tables just because.
And then eventually they got someone on their team got a pin off and won. I bet.
Yeah. And that's what set up this match. And it was a classic. That match was a classic, and this match was a classic.
As confusing as it was, yes, I'm always a whore for a Jeffrey and a Matthew Hardy match. Good spots.
It wasn't. Yeah, like you said, as confusing as it was, it wasn't necessarily something that we can maybe look back and say was the cleanest of, bookings of the way that they did it, but god damn do they know how to perform. God damn.
Every single one of those men is older than 35 and should not have to feel like they need to put their body on the line for you the way they did. So, those of you who are hating on the way the match was, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, eat it.
And enjoy the fact that these men are just doing this to their bodies at such an old age.
Respect. Real respect, real. Just like how I respect women. How you doing?
So does freshly squeezed AJ apple juice. How you doing?
And so, oh god, apple juice, dude, that's so clown, dude. Hold on.
I used to, my uncle used to call me apple juice.
Good.
And back in elementary school, I had Converse, Chuck Taylor's, black ones with like the white toe. And I would write apple on one of them, juice on the other one. You know, how you doing? It's me. Another kid that we know, I won't give away his name on pod, but let's just say he had red hair, and he wrote on his Converse, carrot juice. And the next day at school, I saw that his Converse were washed, and he got in trouble. I didn't.
What?
My parents didn't care that much.
I'm gonna get in trouble for how I talk about this segment because Julia Hart, how you doing? Girl in red, that one, how you doing?
He asked me what her name was. He asked me what Girl in Red's name was, not the singer who sings Serotonin. Great song, by the way. Not an ad. Look it up. Her name is Hikaru Shida.
Too hard. Spell it for me.
H-I-K Hikaru. H-I and spell. Check me on it. Pull up your phone. And hold up. Look.
It's so cool.
H-I. It is Hikaru, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
is
all
Hikaru
good.
Shida.
Yeah, I
H-I-K-A-R-U-S-H-I-D-A. Hikaru Shida. How you doing? Too hard. That's how Julia Hart makes me feel.
What?
No facts though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That match.
Dibs on her first though, so don't talk about her like that ever again. Thank you.
Sorry, but that match was.
You can talk
It was
about
good.
You can talk about Girl in Red however you want, though. I'll give you that one. That one's fine. Respect on that.
Hikaru Shida
Uh-huh.
and Julia Hart put on a good match, and they're both fucking beautiful women. Jesus.
And this finally, Julia Hart, and I don't mean this in a rude way, but Julia Hart has to be the weakest person that Malachi Black has spat in the mist of, because like she's still turning. The Varsity Blondes are just now finally tired of her shit, for her bullshit nonsense of playing a little dirty, you know, of her kind of treating them like nothing but a bunch of lackeys. But good for her. Stand up for yourself, sis. It's 2022. You don't need two blonde men who look like Tarzan to help you out. Also, if you are like the girl member of the House of Black, it's gonna be so cool if you also have your eye like painted like Malachi Black's. Just saying.
And wear contact. But yeah, I'm not sure where her direction is going. I mean, if it goes that way, that's cool. If something else happens, I don't mind it. They perform. They're beautiful. I don't know what much more to say. I would like to learn a little bit more about Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida. Yes. I would like to learn more. I mean, we've gotten some story out of Julia Hart, and that can kind of still, pivot into whatever they want it to become. I'd like to see what they do with the girl in red, as we started this off with. Moving on to the next segment before we get on to Rampage. My boy Swerve getting jumped in the back in the locker room by Starks and Hobbs. Fucked. I thought it was going to end badly. I thought it was going to be a 2v1 and it was going to end badly. But then my boy Keith Lee came in, saved the day, fucked him up, sent him through a wall. Get cucked. Just good regular old Keith Lee things. Just being a main event, as usual. I'm excited.
I would have been able to do that without running full force into him. But I'm just more powerful.
And that's one way to look at it, or you could look at the fact that Keith Lee, Swerve, Powerhouse Hobbs, Starks, that's a main event. That's a Rampage main event. And I mean, I'm not saying that you're not there, but that's what's going to be happening consistently. So, get used to it. Power or not. Are you ready for did we get told if that's on Dynamite or Rampage?
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't remember either.
I'm not sure what show it's gonna be on.
I hope it's on Rampage. They're the kings of Rampage. I think it should continue to be on Rampage.
For them to do it on Rampage.
Which is exactly what we're gonna move on to. Which was honestly another banger show.
Quick though.
Yeah, happened in the blink of an eye.
That's not disrespectful. Just an observation.
And it was hard to top Dynamite because Dynamite was really, really killer. But I would say that this was just a hair behind Dynamite for me. In overall what I was looking for. Danielson versus Trent to start the show was amazing. It's probably one of, I guess I haven't seen Trent very much, but one of the best matches from Trent for sure that I've seen.
Definitely. He does a lot of tag stuff, of course. He is a member of the Best Friends. But when he does have solo stuff, boy oh boy, it always puts on more than anyone ever seems to expect. He seems to be like a big sleeper pick.
Yeah, I think him and one of his mates that he would tag with in the Best Friends, it could be pretty much anybody, would be, I don't know if this has already happened, but it would be a great match for them to go against the Acclaimed. I think that would be a great tag team match. Just to
Just for fun.
Yeah, just to throw it together, when it just as something that we could
Whenever
see.
you guys are free.
I think that'd be a really good show. I think that Trent did what he said he was gonna do to Yuta earlier in the week, but not maybe as to the degree he wanted to. I think he wanted to be a little bit more badass and win, obviously, but he showed the same amount of toughness, it felt like, as Yuta in the Danielson matchup. Though when Yuta and Danielson went one-on-one, it felt like there was the same amount of brutality as in this Trent match. And the amount of offense versus defense was roughly around the same. It felt very similar, and I think that's obviously on purpose. And I think that's good for Trent's character in the long run, and I think that's going to be good for what he has in store for him coming up.
I do look forward to possibly a future like maybe Danielson and Yuta versus Trent and Chuck Taylor. Obviously, it would be cool to see Orange Cassidy go against any of the Blackpool Combat Club. So I'm always looking forward to that door happening to open up.
Could be a 3-man tag as well.
Yeah, it's a trios.
If
trios
OC's
tag.
back,
Yeah.
they could have a
That's
trios
true.
tag.
I think he was still denim slinged up, but when he comes back, yeah, because they could easily do a 3v3.
And then we got a Swerve versus QT Marshall match, which probably the low point of AEW this week.
It went on for too long.
Yeah, it was a little bit too long of a match.
But I guess QT he's supposed to be like a vet, like smart ring technician kind of guy. I think.
Okay.
So,
it just felt that there was no steam behind the beef or like behind the match. There was no like steam, so it seemed like for it to go on, it was a little bit dragged out. Jericho giving QT Marshall Sports Entertainer of the Year is kind of weird. I don't know. I feel like that's not accurate, but I'm gonna let the committee handle that one. I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna let him do his own thing. He's the one that tried to coin that phrase, so I'll let him decide who's the best at it. But I wouldn't say he's the best at it. I would say that if you're gonna give one for the year, it would be MJF. He would be the Sports Entertainer of the Year. He had more people screaming than
was it
anybody
of
else.
the year? I thought it was of the week. I think Jericho gave one of these out already. I thought it was of the week.
Oh, I thought it
I
was.
believe this is the same plaque that Hook broke a couple weeks ago.
Oh, are you?
I'm
Oh,
not sure, but
I thought that was
do
something-
know that he gave him a plaque.
okay. I thought QT Marshall was giving Hook the plaque, and this was something that the JAS
whoa.
created and
You're
is
right.
giving to QT
My
Marshall.
apologies. My
Um,
apologies. You are correct.
and so that
My
yeah,
apologies. You are correct. QT Marshall was giving him an award, wasn't he?
yeah, and that's when he slammed the
Yeah.
face into it. But so I'm interested to see kind of where they go with that though. Is it a weekly thing? I don't know. I don't know if he said for the year or the week or the month or what it was, but
Not QT.
yeah, of the last few months, I would
Maybe-
say MJF, or you could
Maybe of that show. No, not even of that show.
I was gonna say if you wanted on Rampage, you could give it to Ricky Starks. I would say he's been cutting killer promos, or Keith Lee. Keith Lee cuts killer promos.
The man's is a great speaker.
Yes, you will.
He's got lots of conviction.
I mean, man, all I'm saying is that I don't want to argue with the committee. I'm going to get back to that. I don't want to argue with the committee. I just think that there's a couple other guys who could have been in consideration, and we'll leave it at that. I mean, even I would have loved Hook to get it because he gets a crazy pop. I think it should be about who gets the craziest pop, who should earn that award from the
And
JAS.
sometimes you don't understand specifically the Hook pop,
Yeah.
but I do. I get that. I understand that kid on a molecular level.
I don't understand how he eats Lay's barbecue potato chips so much.
Well, they're
'Cause-
not always Lay's barbecue. Sometimes they're original Lay's. You know, sometimes
He
they're the
shakes it
sour
up.
cream. Yeah,
Okay,
not always barbecue.
that's a good thing. Because if he didn't shake it up, I would be like, barbecue
And-
gets
and-
old fast.
And for all I know, and as far as I'm concerned, it's also not always Lay's. I think I've seen him with Fritos before.
Okay.
He
Okay.
is just not even just a potato, 'cause he's a chip guy, you know? Whether it's corn chip, potato chip, wheat chip,
Do you think the chips are
chocolate mint chip.
what gives him those powers? Do you think that
I thought we have that on record that freshly squeezed AJ has said. I know that he's told you off cam, but that's definitely why Danhausen's magic doesn't work on Hook. It's the chips.
But Danhausen he ate a chip.
And I know, yeah, Danhausen said, oh, maybe this, and finally Danhausen brought it up himself. So we'll see what happens next week when they intertwine.
Because I mean, if he ate a chip, then he would have the powers too.
Yes, of sorts. He would.
So we'll see.
Maybe, yeah, for all we know, those chips just enhance Danhausen's powers.
I would love if Hook's in a match next week, and he pops out to curse him, and it looks like it works, but he still ends up kicking out,
I think
and it doesn't work.
I think it would be amazing if when Danhausen tries to put his spell on Hook next week, that it like goes through Hook and goes to like Hook's opponent, and Danhausen helps Hook win.
That would be
I
crazy.
want a Danhausen Hook shirt.
Run it up. Do you want to talk about the Owen Hart tournament entry?
You know what I do, because Red Velvet went up against I believe a Rampage debut, maybe even AEW debut. I believe that she recently fought on the Supercard of Honor during the last weekend. Her name is Willow Nightingale, and Shui Mama, Shuap Shuap, Shebang Shebang. She's the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The one that I need.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. It was a very close match, and I was noticing there's a lot of crowd work, like, there's a lot of the crowd behind Nightingale already, which good for her. Always good to have fan support. But Red Velvet has been in this weird feud with legit Layla Hirsch, who Layla Hirsch is a heel, Velvet was the face, and it looked like Velvet was doing a little bit of some heelish actions near the end of this match. And even some people were booing at her, which, if that's the case, I no longer am understanding the legit Layla Hirsch Red Velvet shit that you made me watch for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
But unless it's like Red Velvet like noticing, because she's been losing too, right? Velvet
Yep.
has been losing to legit. So the only way I picture this playing out well, with Velvet turning and teaming with legit, and they have to mention it. They have to bring up how Red Velvet was wrong, and she shouldn't have been playing by the book at all, or like all along. She shouldn't have been listening to Chris Statlander, you know. She should have been listening to Layla the whole time. That's the only way I see this working out.
I can agree
Because
with
now
that.
now that she won this match playing a little dirty.
Yeah, I didn't like that she won.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
I think that she should have still played the straight arrow and lost, but she did get it. She got a little cheesy and she won. Now the character is in a little bit of a disarray, and the debutee, kind of got stepped on a little bit because that's a vet who maybe should get a little bit more respect than that. I mean,
I think she's. I don't know. She looks young.
well, from I believe what I heard them say is that she's been in the business for a while, but I'm not certain.
I think she. I don't know.
I think she's definitely new to AEW, but she's been in Ring of Honor for at least a little bit, for enough time for them to say that she's been around.
And that's
So-
almost why I'm okay like with her losing. Like, well, one, not every debut has to be a win.
Facts.
And two, if she's not signed with AEW, then I realistically don't see her winning and participating in this Owen Hart tournament. She might get some revenge maybe in like in Velvet's next tournament match though, to continue the feud if there is one. Yeah, because for all I know, she's a busy, like, I don't know what her schedule is in Ring of Honor. What if she's like busy over there?
True.
So I'm not mad at the loss, and it's a lot better than like Red Velvet. I mean, it would look like it based on appearances alone. Obviously, you would be like Velvet would not be able to just dominate
Yeah.
Nightingale. So it's good that they had a good back and forth offense defense moments.
Could have even had Nightingale get the W, but Velvet attack her afterwards if they really wanted to push the heel thing.
Yeah,
And
well,
like,
small steps though, I guess.
true. Have her, you know what I mean, beat her up to the point where she can't continue in the Owen Hart tournament anymore.
Right.
That type of thing. They could have went that route, but you're right. They're giving it a little bit of more of a slow cook, and I like that because Velvet hasn't gotten consistent, like a lot of screen time, so her story has to be done kind of I think in more of like phases and slower than like if we were to just skip, you know what I mean, to a next point in the feud, it would kind of not make sense. We'd be like, well, what's been going on for the last 3 weeks to make her do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like, you're right. Doing it slower is better. But that's not how Jon Moxley feels.
No, not at all, ladies and gentlemen.
Jon
There's
Moxley.
been enough. Was there even any talk between these two? Because I feel like we just jumped right into it.
That's what I'm saying.
The
I mean,
main event.
Moxley said basically, it don't matter what Danielson and Regal think. I'm going to kick your ass, and that's all that matters. I'm going to spill blood. It's going to rain blood. It's literally, that's all he had to say.
And it did.
And that's what happened.
Pretty quickly, Yuta got busted open on the steps. Head first, right into him, busted open. Blood running down his face like he's done just got killed by Siler in the TV show Heroes.
He did have a couple good offensive spots. He had a moment where he put Moxley through a table, which was super sick. I believe it was even the announcer's table.
Or like the side table.
Or the little side ring
Ring keepers.
Yes, ring keepers.
Keepers, if you will.
Yes. I thought that was a great spot, and the fact that Yuta wouldn't stay down.
Doesn't know when to quit. He could do this all day. Put the gif of fucking Steve Rogers up. I didn't want to ever have to use it. But gosh darn, that kid could do it all day.
Deadass. I mean, there was a couple moments when I was like, okay, it's over. And it just kept going. It just kept
keep on
going. They did that, honestly, they did that with both of the main events this week.
Mm-hmm.
They had moments in both main events AEW did where it was like it could be over, but then it's not.
Very good close calls. And I don't know if you caught it at the end of the Mox and Yuta match, but Yuta dipped his finger in his blood and spelled out B C C. 'Cause he's in. He just got jumped in to a gang. That's how that works.
Deadass. He was literally jumped in like it's Saints Row 1.
Yeah.
And he created a new character. And he's out in front of the church.
Welcome to the streets.
Deadass. It was crazy.
Be sure to stay on 88th. Oh, blah.
It reminded me of my moment of the week.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Which was the AEW Dynamite.
Yeah,
main
go
event.
on that because I wanted to talk. I almost gave it away when I said close calls. The ref, Rick Knox, had the close call. It's funny because in character-wise, like Rick Knox, I guess is like one blind motherfucker, you know. So the fact that he caught the foot being on the rope, even still, technically he hit the 3, but he had to call it. He had to call it off. He noticed the foot was on the rope before the 3 hit.
Yep.
So
And, dude, I thought it. No, so that's another moment, like you just said. I thought it was over. Like they even did they did a little like a moment where they went to their corners or whatever for a second, and I was like, damn it. I thought I really wanted FTR to win. And I looked away from the screen at my other monitor, and all of a sudden I just hear ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, I look back over and they're like going at it again. I'm like, what did I just miss? And like all 4 of them are going at it. And I don't know, man. That had everything I want in a match. That match,
the stakes were on the line, not just one of FTR's tag team championships, but both FTR's tag team championships. That's right, they are the AAA tag team championships, and they are the new Ring of Honor tag team champions.
Goated.
And they could have lost them both to the Young Bucks. They couldn't, though. They were too much for the Bucks. The crowd is too behind. The crowd is giving FTR too much power.
They are, and I mean honestly,
FTR, we're getting a babyface FTR run coming in hot.
there was like a couple spots. I was trying to keep track of all the spots. There was a couple spots that at one point I just deleted what I was writing because it was too much to write. There were so many things that it's like if I highlight one thing, then I'm not highlighting all this other stuff. That's also savage that happened.
I'm sure that they hit a disgusting demolition driver. They might have paid homage. FTR likes to pay homage a lot, respectfully, so they might have hit a heart attack, which is a savage combo move. There was... Did either of the FTR boys, Dax specifically, did he get a sharpshooter off? Because his hero is Bret Hart, the Hitman, Bret Hart, and Bret Hart had a little like interview or something, like a meet and greet, sometime after this match, and gave the boys praise.
I believe so.
Gave the boys praise, which retired wrestlers over this last 7 days have been showing nothing but praise, and I'm here for it.
Well, the whole industry is growing.
Yes.
At a really high clip right now, and
it
that's
hasn't been going like this in a minute yet.
Yeah, and that's something that they have to pay respect to the people who are doing not necessarily what they couldn't do, but maybe in the beginning of their careers, what they did in the beginning of their careers to wrestling in general, they're watching happen again with a new brand, right? And like I couldn't imagine not loving it. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine like seeing some of what is possible because of you a little bit, and then seeing what they're doing with that opportunity and not being like, this is amazing. Like this is some of the greatest, you know what I mean? Like feeling that you can get, especially when then those same people are calling you out and saying you're the legend. You know what I mean? Like, and those same people who are stars right now or who are carrying more weight than maybe you carried are saying that you are the guy that they're doing this, and you know what I mean? You're the inspiration, which that's gotta be powerful, man. Like I couldn't imagine
like
it.
Kevin Owens, Stone Cold.
Yep, exactly.
Dax, Cash. I'm sure Cash is a fan of Bret Hart too, but I believe I follow Dax on Twitter, and so I'm pretty sure I just see Dax praise Bret Hart like earlier today. Is there anything else on your moment of the week? Can I come out of Orange Cassidy? Can I?
Please do.
Holy shit! I can't. The fucking crowd, the audience said I couldn't do it. I did it though. Is there anything else you want to touch on?
I
For your moment.
No, I think
Momente.
that honestly it was just it was hard to choose, I guess I should say, between the Mox and Yuta a match
Yeah, because that got bloody.
and the FTR Bucks 2. It was hard to choose my moment of the week. I chose FTR Bucks 2 because more was a little bit more was at stake, and I believe that it's like justification for FTR, and I really like that. It's finally here. They're wearing all this gold, and it's beautiful. And it has to do with the fact that they're in the pinnacle. So this storyline has like kind of grown in status because
lot.
they have gold, and MJF is gonna lose them or not lose them or what's gonna happen. So that storyline's really cool and big. They're gonna have a faction feud. Are they gonna stay? Are they gonna leave? Is Wardlow gonna be their new guy and like come in?
and FTR would be crazy.
That's what, and they'll
Or, sorry.
dominate.
War Dog and FTR would be fucking nuts.
Like
Forgot.
where
I was back.
where are they gonna? I mean, what I'm sorry. Who's
Spit it
who's going to challenge them?
Who's gonna challenge?
War Dog and FTR, dog.
No one. They're gonna be calling them out. Actually. Yeah,
That's gonna be
they're gonna
dominant.
be calling them out. They're gonna be
It's
calling
gonna be
their shot.
dominant.
They're gonna want Jericho. They're gonna want Hager. They're gonna want Garcia. Nobody wants the other two.
Dead ass. But
Unless you're about to cook something in the oven, we're gonna need Magic Daddy. AKA.
aluminum foil.
How you doing?
But no, that'll be all. That's all I wanted to kind of get to on my moment of the week. What do you got?
My moment of the week comes early in the week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about Tuesday Night Delight Factor, okay? We had two crazy fucking athletes. One of them, to my knowledge, made her wrestling debut in the ring. This was a very close match. It was pretty down the middle for a lot of it. They had a cool spot where they both kind of, knocked each other on the floor at the same time, and they both hit a kip up at the same time. And this shit went so hard. This shit went hard, like it went hard like Nikita Lyons theme song, son. You know I'm talking about it. You know Lions and Last Legend, all right? They put on one hell of a match on Tuesday night on NXT. Two bombshell talent, okay? They have great chemistry, okay? They're gonna feud with each other, they're gonna team with each other, and they are gonna dethrone Toxic Attraction. How you doing?
I want to be mad. I do think that I think the match was decent. I think that the build is really good. I do like where they're going with the two characters, and I think the feud can continue. And I wouldn't be mad at them teaming. I think that'd be cool. I think that they would be a pretty dominant tag team, so I think that could be interesting. I'd like to see.
If I was a writer for a WWE game, I easily would use Toxic Attraction, like all three of them, and I would make them feud with like Nikita Lyons, Lash Legend, and Tiffany Stratton.
Okay.
Is that her name?
Yes, it is.
And obviously Tiffany Stratton would just be like she is a solid airhead. She
Yeah.
plays an airhead pretty damn well. I hope I'm not sounding like an asshole, because if she's not playing one, then I'm just an asshole.
Yes, she seems like the promo work could be a lot better, but her in-ring ability is really good. She's an athlete for sure, but
Yeah,
I would
like-
her
her timing and stuff when she's talking.
and yes,
Because you got to admit her lines aren't the worst. It's more like the delivery.
yes,
But she has like a very solid like Valley Girl voice. Like it's kind of stupid, you know.
yeah. I think it's her timing, like you were saying, her timing on the delivery and like maybe the facial expressions. I'm really big on facial expressions because your face will read if what you're saying is real.
Sure. Yes.
And so, like, when I see, like, I'll give an example of even in that same show, Braun Breaker, when he's saying what he says, even if it's not really like what he would say, he's delivering it as if that's him. She delivers it like it's
And not
not
only that-
necessarily like it's her.
Not only that, but like the fact that you got to like, it adds more to it. The fact that we got to see Braun Breaker, you know, be an angry, dominant dude in the ring, and then he kind of had to turn into a semi softy. How you doing? He had to turn into like somewhat of a nice guy because his dad is fucking now locked in a cage. So like had to go from like angry to revengeful.
Yeah, or
and, like,
yeah.
terrified, you know. And I think he played it a little well. if I
In the
remember it
face, you
correctly,
can
yeah.
tell in the face. That's yes. In
Something like that, I almost would have to keep a secret. Or I would want to keep a secret, like behind the scene wise. But like, and then no, like, what if I just start laughing? What if I'm like, oh my
Okay.
god, they got him to do this?
that would be funny. Like you,
So-
because you know, yeah, you know, and so
if they tell
you,
me, if they don't
okay.
tell me who is locked up, maybe if they were like, at the end of your match, your next opponent is Joe Gacy, and he has someone, and you just got to act like worried and terrified. If they just end it like that, and that's all he knows, cool, and not tell him who it is, that might kick it in a little more.
Well, whatever they do works. It works
Yeah,
for
whatever the fuck happened.
because
works.
there's certain people who when they talk, what they're saying matches how they look, and like how they're delivering it matches how they look. And so I would say like even Lash Legend I think is better than Nikita at this so far on the mic from what I've seen. Lash Legend looked like she was saying more of like with her chest, spoke with it from her chest. Nikita Lyons looked like she
Nikita's
was.
chest speaks for itself. How you doing?
How about that? How you doing? And so I'm interested to seeing their feud. I'm interested to seeing their character development.
Actual, no sim. Actual.
Yeah, facts. No, I mean it because they have.
Especially Lash Legend. Was that her first match? She only had the
I'm
talk
not
show thing?
certain if she's had a match yet. I haven't seen her have a match yet, so it's definitely the first match I've seen her in.
Chat, if you tell me I have to start watching NXT Level Up on Fridays, I'm going to respectfully decline.
But do you have anything else you want to get to on it? Because I guess all I have to say is that it'd be cool to see Tiff with them and for them to team up. But even if Nikita and Tiff just pair up on their own, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, I would like to see that. The Nikita and Lash. And I mean, come on, bro. Think like Lions Legends. They're like the Nikita is already trying to like not literally trademark, but she like is trying to trademark like the Lion's Den. Like the ring is the
Okay.
Lion's Den, so like they easily maybe could be like the Legends Den or some bullshit. They could like easily make a. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of when they always do that, right? But they could do something silly and mash their shit together. Cause like Lash Legend, like she's like a talk show host, right? Like that was like her persona. Like that's how we got introduced to like this whole feud. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And she had a segment where she had a little talk show and invited Nikita on, and then
Yeah,
they
because
talk
Nikita
shit.
is actual like rap, like she raps, I guess. She raps her own entrance music and shit. Whatever.
And she came from semi-professional fighting.
Yes, yeah. She has actual fucking. She actually kicked someone's ass. No offense.
Yeah.
No offense. But Jesus, like
Legal-
like lots of different types.
Yeah.
And
Legally
that's
trained.
that's what makes it lethal as fuck in my head. Like
Legally trained
to
to
some
hurt
not
people.
because how are you gonna be good at one thing if you've focused on so many? Fucking what if she did master all, to her extent everything and then was like, I have to move on to something else. So you know what I'm saying? Like to her degrees and to her knowledge, she did master everything she had to maybe before moving on to the next one, which is fucking lethal. Yeah. Oh, now I don't just know Taekwondo. I also now know martial arts. Or like Kung Fu. Karate. BJJ.
I think that
There you
I hope that she continues to build the out of ring personality, and I hope Lash Legend gets some more matches, and it's a perfect opportunity for both of them.
Yeah, like
and this
what
is a
if
good
they
start.
secretly like what if like behind the scenes they're literally just teaching each other
The business,
the
yeah,
other ends.
the
that
yin
they
and
don't
yang
know.
of the business, yeah,
Yeah,
and that'd be great. And then they can work together, like
Yeah,
you were saying.
yeah.
That'd be great.
This was a solid. I feel good about everything except this part. Yeah, because
But this week,
I'm not gonna tell you guys to like and sub, okay? But of course I want you to. Of course I want you to share this with your friends who might not open it. Of course, I want you to make friends in the comments though.
chat it up, talk about matches.
Make predictions. I don't know.
But most importantly, I want you to have just a wonderful, splendid, and just gorgeous week. How you doing?